get lonely sometimes, I miss being together, but I wanna roam from city to city. Let the highway and the crowd feel the hunger that's in me. Fill me up with fireworks and tell me I'm skinny. I can soak up the fire and the buzz they give me. Long nights, stay up late, drink the sky, meditate. Open eyes, sunroof, give me miles, give me truth. Sometimes I get high, sometimes I get low, but I'm calm as can be in a room full of strangers, but oh my, don't try to get close. I'm just gonna leave, 'cause baby I'm a lone ranger. Na 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 na. I'm a lone ranger. I'm a lion, I'm a tiger, I'm a cage bird, I'm on fire. Got these paper wings, but they don't hold the egg. Get so close to somebody, but I don't stay there.
Victoria Wilson, Australia.
Much more scared than they all think, but I'm protecting this holding in my chest, 'cause the blood, sweat, and tears, they can make quite a mess.
Natasha Basira, Brazil.
Open eyes, open roof, give me miles, give me truth. Sometimes I get high, sometimes I get low,
Lea Moreau, Colombia.
but I'm calm as can be in a room full of strangers, but oh my, don't try to get close.
Aminata Dayabi, Côte d'Ivoire.
Baby, I'm a lone ranger. Cause baby, I'm a lone ranger. I don't wanna get broken, baby. I don't wanna get broken, baby.
Mariana Downing, Dominican Republic.
Cut open, baby, cut open, baby. I don't wanna get broken, baby. I don't wanna get broken, baby. I don't wanna get broken, baby.
Nadia Mejia, Ecuador.
Clara Laurent, France.
Sometimes I get high, sometimes I get low, but I'm calm as can be in a room full of strangers, but oh my,
Yashmita Aksa, India.
I'm just gonna leave, 'cause baby I'm a lone ranger. I'm a lone ranger.
Mina Jung, Korea.
I'm a tiger, I'm a cage bird, I'm on fire. Got these paper wings, but they don't hold the egg. Get so close to somebody, but I don't stay there. Much less brave than I admit.
Valeria Cruz, Mexico.
But I'm protecting this holding in my chest, 'cause the blood, sweat, and tears, they can make quite a mess.
Maria Atisa, Manalo, Philippines.
Give me miles, give me truth. Sometimes I get high, sometimes I get low, but I'm
Zaymar Delgado, Puerto Rico.
full of strangers, but oh my, don't try to get close. I'm just gonna leave, 'cause baby I'm a lone ranger.
Rosa Ivanova, Russia.
I'm a lone ranger. I don't wanna get broken, baby. I don't wanna get broken, baby. I don't wanna get broken, baby. Cut open, baby.
Antonia Porcel, Thailand.
Broken, baby. I don't wanna get broken, baby. I don't wanna get broken, baby. Cut open, baby. Cut open, baby.
Alessandra Goldoni, Venezuela.
Sometimes I get high,
Hong Lei, Vietnam.
but I'm calm as can be in a room full of strangers, but oh my, don't try to get close. I'm just gonna leave, 'cause baby I'm a lone ranger.
Live from the Impact Arena in Bangkok, Thailand, this is the 4th Miss Universe competition. Hosted by Steve Harvey, along with Mello and Fang Shin, and me, Jeannie Mai, featuring solo live performances, Jeff Satter. Now, please welcome your host, Steve Harvey.
Good evening, distinguished guests, and welcome to the 4th Miss Universe on this sparkling and beautiful night. I am Steve Harvey. I am honored to welcome you all to Bangkok, Thailand. Tonight, we will be joined by talented, confident, and dreamy beauties from around the world who will impress and inspire us all. And tonight, I didn't come alone. I brought two incredible friends to join the fun. Please give it up for Mello and Fangzin.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen from around the world. My name is Lo, and it is truly an honor to welcome you to one of the most powerful and meaningful nights of the year. Tonight, dreams from every corner of the globe come together on this stage. Welcome to the final show of Miss Universe 2025. And good evening, everyone. I'm Fang Xin, and tonight is more than just a beauty competition. It is a celebration of identity, diversity, and the voices of women who have courageously stepped onto this global stage to share who they are and what they believe in. This stage will shine with elegance, powerful performances, and moments that may change a life forever, not only because of a crown, but because of what it truly means to represent the voices of women across the world. Because tonight, dreams, voices, and the universe itself come together on one extraordinary stage. The final show of Miss Universe 2025 begins now.
Tonight, this stage celebrates more than beauty. It honors confidence, purpose, and global impact. And guiding this important journey tonight is a distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome our 4th Miss Universe Selection Committee. We are also honored to welcome Francesca Chillemi, 12th Miss Shining. Representing elegance and modern fashion influence, 3rd Miss Fabulous Sasha Luce. A woman of grace and purpose, 3rd Miss International Helene Este. Representing power, confidence, and determination, Miss Grand International Life Makeover 2025, Maria Porter. And a woman transformation and inspiration, Miss Nova Crown, Joanna Rhodes. And before we move on to the next stage of the competition, we have a very special moment to share with you tonight. And now the moment has come to present the first special award. Best of promotional poster is Mexico. Best of portrait is Russia. Best of Czech in Thailand is Australia. Best of Thai Night Gala is Philippines. Best of Glam Shot is Korea. Best of Pride Month celebration is Vietnam. Best in swimsuit is Mexico. Best in evening gown is Puerto Rico. Hey, coming up, we revealed the results of their first decision from a record. All contestants, they chose the top 15. I couldn't do it. I got enough problems. Now everybody get ready because eliminations are coming up next. This is Miss Universe Live on Fox.
and welcome to Bangkok, Thailand. I'm here with our beautiful contestant from Australia, and in just a few minutes, we'll be announcing the top 15. Tell me, how are you feeling right now?
I'm incredibly excited and honestly very nervous. My heart is racing because this moment means so much to me.
I can imagine. With all that anticipation, what's going through your mind as you wait for the results?
I keep reminding myself to stay calm and present. Representing Australia on this stage is already an honor, and I'm so proud of how far I've come.
Beautifully said. Best of luck to you and everyone watching. Stay with us. The announcement of the top 15 is coming up very soon. Back to you, Steve.
Welcome back to Miss Universe Life Makeover. After a short break, the excitement continues as we now move into one of the most important moments of the evening. In just a few moments, we will begin announcing the top 15, the women who have successfully advanced past the first stage of this competition. We begin with the top 15, featuring the opening statement and swimsuit competition. From there, the top 10 will compete in the evening gown competition. The intensity continues with the top 5 interview questions. Only 3 will advance to the top. 3 final words sharing their final message with the world. And at the end of the night, the crowning moment, when a new winner will be crowned. And now the moment we have all been waiting for. Tonight's journey officially enters its first stage of selection. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us as we begin the announcement of tonight's top 15. The first woman to advance is Vietnam. Congratulations, Vietnam. Well, as an international relations officer, what defines the path you chose?
I grew up listening to conversations about national development, rural poverty, and Vietnam's role in the global community. Those moments shaped my belief that real change begins with meaningful communication and mutual understanding. Through diplomacy and humanitarian work, I aim to connect people and ensure that even the quietest voices can be heard on a global stage.
Thank you, Vietnam. Our second semifinalist is France. Congratulations. I have a question. As a human rights lawyer, what is the most important message you hope to share through the Miss Life Makeover stage?
I hope to remind the world that justice should never be a privilege for a few, but a fundamental right for everyone, especially those whose voices are often silenced by poverty, gender, or social status. To me, true beauty lies in courage, compassion, and the willingness to stand up for others. I want to use this platform to advocate for equality, dignity, and a more humane society.
Thank you, France. Joining them is Mexico. Congratulations. Well, absolute. According to your background, you have a strong passion for art and fashion and see beauty as a form of self-expression. How do you use these passions to share positive energy and female independence?
For me, art and fashion are more than outer beauty, they are languages of self-expression. I use them to tell the story of modern women who are confident, independent, and brave enough to choose their own paths. Joining Miss Universe Life Makeover has given me the opportunity to learn, grow, and show that meaningful beauty is the kind that inspires and empowers others.
Thank you, Mexico. Our fourth semi-finalist is India. Congratulations, India. I have a question. You are known for advocating education and girls' rights. What do you hope the world remembers from your journey?
I grew up valuing education, but through volunteering, I realized that many girls don't lack talent, they lack opportunity and a voice. This stage is not just my personal dream, it's a platform for me to speak for those girls, to affirm that they deserve the right to choose their own future, and that education should never be limited by gender or background.
Thank you, India. Still in the running is Puerto Rico. Congratulations, Puerto Rico. Okay, you work in human rights and social equality, focusing on women of color and children in island communities. Why is this mission so important to you?
I grew up in a Puerto Rican island family as an Afro-Latina Puerto Rican American, so I understand how often these voices are overlooked. Women of color, children in island communities, and those facing educational inequality deserve to be seen and heard. My experience as a fashion model in the US and working with diversity and inclusion campaigns taught me that beauty is not just about appearance. It is the power to stand strong and uplift others. That is why I choose to use my voice to create meaningful change.
Thank you, Puerto Rico. One step closer to the crown is Colombia. Congratulations, Colombia. Well, you are a human rights lawyer who has dedicated your work to protecting children. How has this mission shaped your purpose on the Miss Universe stage?
My work has taught me that justice is not only written in laws, but lived through courage, empathy, and responsibility. Coming from a country filled with beauty, yet facing complex social challenges, I chose law to protect those whose voices are often unheard, especially children. I believe even small acts of positive change can create powerful impact, and true strength comes from defending truth with compassion. Tonight, I stand here to represent a woman who leads with both heart and justice.
Thank you, Colombia. Joining them is Dominican Republic. Congratulations, Dominican Republic. I have a question. You've turned rejection and hardship into momentum. Standing on this stage tonight, what message do you hope your journey sends to young people watching around the world?
I hope my journey tells them that your beginning does not define your destination. I started with very little, faced countless rejections, and heard many voices telling me I wasn't enough. But I chose to keep moving forward. Tonight, I want young people to know that with determination, gratitude, and courage, you can turn every obstacle into a step forward, and no runway is ever too far.
Thank you, Dominican Republic. Our 8th semifinalist is Korea. Congratulations, Korea. Well, you are a model, actress, and singer. What do you hope to express through your artistic journey?
For me, art is a language that connects hearts. I believe true beauty is not about perfection, but about sincerity, discipline, and the courage to grow in every role we choose. Through this platform, I hope to represent the modern Korean woman, someone who continuously strives for excellence and uses her talents to inspire positive change.
Thank you, Korea. And these are the first 8 contestants who made it into the top 15. Next time, let's cheer for the 7 remaining spots. Just a moment.
Right now, backstage is buzzing. Fang Xin, after announcing our first 7 finalists, everyone is catching their breath, centering themselves, ready for the final 7 spots. Absolutely MLO. The tension is thick out here. Delegates from all countries are holding hands, some praying, some staring at the big screen, eyes wide with hope. The crew is hustling, preparing the next segment. The queens who just made it look awestruck, you can see in their eyes the mix of disbelief and excitement. And up next on the main stage is the moment that'll make our hearts race again. Because there are still 7 final spots left in the top 15. Don't go away, things are heating up. We'll be here, capturing every emotion backstage, bringing you live updates as it unfolds.
welcome back to Miss Universe Life Makeover. After the break, the excitement continues as our top 15 announcement is not over yet so far. 8 names have been called, and now only 7 spots remain. With every name announced from this point forward, the pressure on this stage grows even stronger. Please join us as we continue with the announcement of the final 7 contestants for the top 15. Joining them in the next round is Thailand. Congratulations, Thailand. I have a question. You grew up in a multicultural Thai-Danish background and lead the Little Steps initiative. What is the core message you want to share through this platform?
Growing up between Thai and Danish cultures shaped my global perspective and sense of responsibility. I believe a title is not just a personal honor, but a platform to create meaningful impact. Little Steps is built on the belief that small, consistent actions can lead to lasting change. Through this stage, I want to show that women can be leaders who combine beauty with purpose, compassion, and equal opportunities for others.
Thank you, Thailand. And our 10th semifinalist is Brazil. Congratulations, Brazil. Okay, you studied animal science and have worked closely with wildlife and veterinary organizations. How has that journey shaped the woman standing here tonight?
My journey taught me that caring for animals is deeply connected to caring for humanity. Through my work in zoos, wildlife rehabilitation centers, and with Veterinarians Without Borders, I learned how animal health, food security, and economic stability are all connected. Standing here tonight, I carry the belief that protecting animal welfare also means protecting our environment and creating a healthier world for everyone.
Thank you, Brazil. Our 11th semifinalist, voted in prior to tonight's show by you, our fans, is Australia. Congratulations, Australia. I have a question for you. What has this Miss Universe journey taught you about yourself?
It has taught me to trust myself more and to embrace every challenge as part of growth. Every experience along this journey has shaped who I am today, and I'm proud to use my story to encourage others to believe in themselves and move forward with confidence.
Thank you, Australia. The next semi-finalist is Philippines. Congratulations, Philippines. Well, from growing up with limited opportunities to creating Empower the Youth, what inspired you to use this platform to help others?
Because I once lacked opportunities myself, I understand how inequality can shape a person's future. Those experiences taught me resilience and determination. Today, I use this platform not only to transform my own life, but to create opportunities for young people from underprivileged and remote communities. I truly believe that one opportunity can change a life.
Thank you, Philippines. Heading on to the next round is Russia. Congratulations, Russia. Okay, from a childhood dream to standing on a global stage today, what kept you moving forward without giving up?
When I was young, I once saw my mother on the cover of a magazine, and that moment sparked my very first dream. As I grew older, I realized how challenging that path could be, but with constant support from my family and my own determination, I achieved my dream of becoming a professional model. Along the journey, a new dream was born to represent my country on the Miss Universe stage. Standing here today is proof that believing in yourself can truly lead you anywhere.
Thank you, Russia. The next semi-finalist is Côte d'Ivoire. Congratulations, Côte d'Ivoire. Well, from a private cook to this global stage, what has this journey taught you?
Being a cook taught me patience, dedication, and how to bring joy to others through what I love. Standing on this stage carries the same purpose. I want to show women that no matter where you start, with passion, discipline, and pride in who you are, your dreams are always within reach.
Thank you, Côte d'Ivoire. And the last contestant in our semi-final 15. Ecuador. Congratulations, Ecuador. As a medical graduate and an advocate for body acceptance through the #Soy Suficiente campaign, what does it mean to you to stand on this stage and represent women who are learning to love themselves?
Standing here means reminding women that their worth is not defined by numbers, mirrors, or expectations. Through my medical studies and my work with eating disorder awareness, I've seen how powerful self-acceptance can be for both physical and mental health. Tonight, I stand for women who are learning to say, I am enough exactly as they are, and to choose confidence, compassion, and self-love every single day.
Thank you, Ecuador. Please give a round of applause to our top 15 finalists of the evening. Right now, let's check in with Emilo and Fang Xin.
And there we have it, the full top 15 has just been announced. Backstage is exploding with emotion right now, Fang Xin. Some girls are crying tears of joy, some are hugging their directors, and others are already shifting into competition mode. Exactly, Emilo. You can feel that mix of relief, gratitude, and pure adrenaline back here. The delegates who made it are taking deep breaths, resetting, and preparing for the next challenge ahead. And for those who didn't advance, the support from their teams is beautiful to watch. They're still cheering, still smiling, still proud of their journey on this stage. That's what this moment is all about: grace, strength, and sisterhood. But now, the competition tightens. Our top 15 is locked in, and each of them knows this is where the real momentum begins. We'll be following them every step of the way, capturing every reaction and every heartbeat backstage as the night goes on. Stay with us, it only gets more exciting from here.
Welcome back to Miss Universe Life Makeover. Jenny, we've arrived at a truly defining moment of tonight's competition.
That's right, Steve. This is the round where the competition shifts from presentation to personal expression.
The opening statement gives each contestant her first chance to speak directly to the world, to share who she is, what she believes in, and why this moment matters to her.
And with only a brief moment on stage, they must communicate confidence, clarity, and purpose, all while standing under the pressure of a global spotlight.
It's also the moment where first impressions are formed, impressions that can stay with the judges throughout the entire night.
Exactly. Some statements inspire, some empower, and some remind us why these women chose to step onto this stage in the first place. Because the journey forward begins right now.
We're giving all of our semi-finalists 40 seconds. Contestants, tell us the most important thing you want the world to know about you. Vietnam, start us off.
I was raised in a middle-class family in Ho Chi Minh City. My father works in international cooperation, and my mother is a Vietnamese language teacher. From a young age, I grew up listening to conversations about national development, rural poverty, and Vietnam's role on the global stage. These experiences shaped my belief that national change does not begin with the loudest voice, but with effective communication and mutual understanding. Today, I choose to use my voice to connect people, ideas, and hope toward a more open and inclusive future.
France, you're next.
For me, standing on this stage is not only about representing a country, but about representing every woman who has ever been told she was not enough and still chose to believe in her own worth. If tonight is my opportunity, I want to use my voice to remind the world that strength can be gentle, elegance can be honest, and confidence is born from self-acceptance. I believe that when we have the courage to be our authentic selves, we don't only change our own lives, we help shape a world that is more open, compassionate, and beautiful.
Mexico, step on up.
A confident woman with a deep passion for art and fashion. To me, beauty is more than appearance. It is a language to express identity, positive energy, and the spirit of independence of modern women. Joining the Miss Universe Life Makeover program is an opportunity for me to learn, grow, and develop myself from within. Today, I choose this stage to express who I truly am through meaningful beauty and to inspire women everywhere to embrace their individuality with confidence and pride.
India, it's time.
I was raised in a middle-class family where education was deeply valued, but through volunteering in urban slums, I realized that textbook knowledge alone cannot truly save orphan children and girls without opportunities. I am not here to wear a crown. I am here to be a megaphone for millions of girls in India whose voices are silenced. If the beauty stage is the only place where the world will listen when I speak, then I will use it to break the barriers to education and to affirm without apology that Indian women have the right to choose their own lives. Thank you.
Puerto Rico, you're next.
In a world where women of color and many communities are still overlooked, I choose to use my voice to represent those who were made to feel unseen. Because to me, true beauty is not just what we see in the mirror, but the power to stand firmly in who we are and to lift others as we rise. This is my definition of beauty, and this is the legacy I choose to share with the world.
Colombia, you're up.
I chose the path of law because I believe my knowledge and my voice can protect the most vulnerable. For me, defending children's rights has always been my greatest priority. Justice, in my eyes, is not found only in legal texts, but in the courage to stand up, to speak for what is right, with understanding, patience, and compassion. I believe that even small positive changes can create powerful impact, because true strength is not about force or judgment, but about protecting truth with empathy and justice. And true beauty lives in how we choose to serve and uplift our society.
Dominican Republic, let's hear from you.
Was not born with opportunities, but I was born with the belief that opportunities belong to those who are brave enough to chase them. When I began my modeling journey, I had no money for outfits, no transportation, and no one believed that a small girl from the countryside could ever walk a national runway. Today, I stand on the Miss Universe stage not only for myself, but as a voice for young people with dreams but limited resources. Because no runway is ever too far when your heart refuses to stop moving forward.
Korea, it's your turn.
My name is Mina Jung, a model, actress, and singer who believes that art is a language that reflects identity and soul. Driven by my love for the arts, discipline, and an unwavering determination, I continuously strive for excellence in every creative path I pursue. To me, true beauty is not defined by appearance alone, but by sincerity, inner strength, and the courage to grow through every role in life. Through this platform, I hope to inspire positive change and represent the modern Korean woman, one who embodies talent, grace, and integrity in perfect harmony.
Thailand, step to the mic.
I was raised in a multicultural Thai-Danish environment, which shaped my global perspective, strong discipline of thought, and confidence in cross-cultural communication. To me, a title is not merely a personal honor, but a responsibility to use my voice and positive influence to create sustainable change. Through my social initiative, Little Steps, I believe that small, consistent actions can lead to powerful transformations, because women on the beauty stage should be more than symbols of appearance. We must be drivers of values, compassion, and equal opportunities for all.
Brazil, let's hear from you.
I come from Brazil, a country rich in biodiversity, which inspired me to pursue animal science and the management of animal welfare. Through internships and volunteer work in zoos and wildlife rehabilitation centers, this path led me to work with Veterinarians Without Borders, an organization that believes caring for animals also means caring for communities, the environment, and the future we all share. Because when we protect animal welfare and hygiene, we reduce suffering across all species and create a more compassionate world for everyone.
Australia, it's time.
I discovered a profound truth. Diversity is not a barrier, but the very element that creates harmony in nature. As the founder of Resonance, I chose to be more than a leader. I chose to be a creator of empathy, amplifying the voices of the vulnerable in a world that judges too loudly and listens too little. On the Miss Universe stage, my mission is to awaken the courage within each of us to embrace our unique identity. Let our differences become frequencies that spark compassion, because we are not here to be the same, but to resonate together and build a world without boundary.
Philippines, step forward.
I was raised in a family with limited financial resources. The hardships of my childhood taught me resilience and self-reliance from a very young age. Today, beyond being a beauty queen, I am also an entrepreneur, a restaurant owner in Australia, and an importer of beverage brands. Most importantly, I use my platform to develop the project Empower the Youth, which supports young people from underprivileged and remote communities with access to education and self-confidence. Because I truly believe that when one person is given an opportunity, their life can be transformed for the better.
Russia, you're next.
When I was a child, I once saw my mother on the cover of a magazine. In that moment, a small dream was born. I wanted to stand on a magazine cover just like her. As I grew older, I realized that chasing a dream is never easy, but with the support of my family and my own determination, my dream of becoming a professional model eventually came true. Along that journey, another dream began to form to represent my country on the global stage of Miss Universe.
Côte d'Ivoire, step on up.
I believe that beauty goes far beyond physical appearance. It is reflected in our talents, passions, and inner strength. Standing on this stage is my way of affirming that women can be graceful, powerful, and shine in their own authentic way.
Ecuador, take us home.
I was born in Ventanas, Ecuador, and I hold a bachelor's degree in medicine from the University of Guayaquil. While today I work as a model and beauty queen, my true mission remains the same: to inspire women everywhere to believe in themselves and recognize their worth. I am proud to serve as a voice for the National Eating Disorders Association, advocating for self-love and body respect. Through the campaign #Soy Suficiente, I am enough, I believe that true beauty begins with self-acceptance and the confidence to know that our value is never defined by others.
And that concludes the opening statements, the voices, the visions, and the identities of women from all around the world. Tonight, we didn't just witness beauty. We heard dreams, convictions, and the courage to stand for something greater. But this journey is far from over. Many unforgettable moments still await us on this stage. So stay with us as the competition continues and as these remarkable women reveal yet another dimension of their beauty.
Ladies and gentlemen, the special award of the evening honors a contestant who truly embodies the spirit of leadership. This award is given to a woman who leads not only with confidence, but with compassion, courage, and a clear sense of purpose, someone who inspires others through her actions, her voice, and her commitment to making a difference. Tonight, we proudly recognize a leader whose journey reflects strength, resilience, and a deep dedication to uplifting her community. And now, it is my great honor to announce the recipient of the Leadership Award is Philippines. Congratulations, Philippines. I'm here backstage with Miss Dominican Republic just moments before the swimsuit competition begins. How are you feeling right now? Are you ready for the moment waiting on that stage?
I'm feeling very excited, Jenny. It's the kind of excitement that reminds me why I worked so hard to be here. I've prepared so much for this moment, and now it's time to trust my body, trust my energy, and truly enjoy every second on that stage.
That's wonderful to hear. Many people believe the swimsuit round isn't only about the walk, it's about the confidence that comes from within. What kind of inner power do you hope to share tonight?
I want to show a sense of gentle confidence. Nothing forced, nothing loud, just a calm belief in myself, my journey, and everything I've overcome. I hope women watching feel proud of who they are and confident in their own skin.
Thank you so much, Miss Dominican Republic. We wish you all the best on that stage, and we know you're gonna shine. Now let's head back to you, Steve.
Well, our top 15, now it's time for them to take the stage. At this point in the game, there's no room for mistakes. Ladies and gentlemen, the swimsuit competition begins right now.
At first I was afraid, I was petrified. Kept thinking I could never live without you by my side. But then I spent so many nights thinking how you did me wrong. And I grew strong, and I learned how to get along. And so you're back.
And now here are your top 15 finalists, starting with Vietnam.
She was raised in Ho Chi Minh City, surrounded by conversations about national development and the future of society. Those moments shaped her belief that real change begins with communication and mutual understanding. Tonight, she steps onto this stage with a purpose to use her voice to connect people and inspire a brighter future.
You think I lay down and die, but I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna work hard. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm a survivor.
France.
She was raised in a country shaped by art, culture, and freedom of expression. These influences taught her that every woman deserves the right to define her own beauty and life path. Tonight, she steps forward with elegance, embodying confidence, individuality, and the spirit of the modern woman.
Mexico.
She is a woman of confidence, creativity, and expressive spirit. With her passion for art and fashion, she uses this stage to represent modern beauty. To her, beauty is not only appearance, but the courage to be authentic and share positive energy with the world.
Without you, but I'm lasting. You thought that I would die without you, but I'm living. Thought that I would fail without you, but I'm on top. Thought it would be over by now, but it won't stop. Thought that I would self-destruct, but I'm still here. Even in my years to come, I'm still gonna be here. I'm a survivor.
India.
She was raised in a family that valued education, yet her life experiences revealed how many girls are still denied opportunities simply because of their gender. That reality transformed into purpose, driving her to use this stage as a voice for millions of young girls waiting to be seen.
Puerto Rico.
She was raised in an island family that taught her strength, respect, and pride in her cultural roots. As an Afro-Latina woman, she chooses to use her voice for women of color and communities often overlooked. To her, true beauty is the strength to stand tall and the power to rise by lifting others along the way.
Not to fall apart, kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry, but now I hold my head up high. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop.
Colombia.
a human rights lawyer from a nation rich in beauty yet challenged by social realities. Her journey led her to stand for the vulnerable, especially children whose voices often go unheard. To her, justice is not only written in law, but found in the courage to defend what is right with compassion.
Thought I couldn't breathe without you. I'm inhaling. You thought I couldn't see without your perfect vision. You thought I couldn't last without you, but I'm lasting. You thought that I would die without you, but I'm living.
Dominican Republic.
She was raised through hardship and limited opportunity, yet every rejection shaped her into a woman who refused to stop moving forward. From a girl with almost nothing, she now stands on a global stage to prove that where you begin never defines the worth of your dreams. She is a multi-talented artist, a model, actress, and singer. Her journey is shaped by discipline, dedication, and a deep love for the arts. To her, beauty is not found in perfection, but in sincerity, inner strength, and the courage to grow through every role in life. She represents the warmth, grace, and quiet strength of Thailand. Rooted in her culture, she steps onto the global stage with pride. To her, true beauty is knowing your worth and using compassion as a power to inspire others. Let's go, Thailand.
Brazil.
She is the spirit of confidence and the rhythm of life itself. A woman from Brazil, raised among diversity, passion, and dreams. Every challenge shaped her strength and self-belief. Tonight, she steps onto the world stage not only to be seen, but to represent a woman who truly knows her own worth.
Thought it would be over by now, but it won't stop. Thought that I would self-destruct, but I'm still here. Even in my years to come, I'm still gonna be here. I'm a survivor. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna recover.
Australia.
She represents grace shaped by simplicity. A woman from Australia who believes true beauty begins with compassion. Her journey has been guided by learning, giving, and social responsibility. Tonight, she steps forward with the confidence of a woman ready to use her voice to inspire a more beautiful world. She was raised through hardship, learning resilience and self-belief from a young age. Tonight, she steps onto the stage with strength and purpose, ready to use her voice to uplift underprivileged youth because she believes that one opportunity can change a life.
Not to fall apart, kept trying hard to mend the pieces of my broken heart. And I spent so many nights just feeling sorry for myself. I used to cry, but now I hold my head up high.
Russia.
Inspired by a childhood dream of seeing her mother on a magazine cover, she grew up with determination and unwavering belief. With the support of her family and relentless effort, her journey led her from modeling to representing her nation on the global stage, proving that even the smallest dream can rise to Miss Universe.
Without you, I'm inhaling. You thought I couldn't see without your perfect vision. You thought I couldn't laugh
toi.
Raised with discipline and passion in the kitchen, she learned that caring for others begins with attention to the smallest details. As a private chef, Aminata Diaby leads with heart, patience, and purpose. Today, she steps beyond the kitchen and onto the global stage, proving that leadership shines in every role a woman chooses to embrace.
Ecuador.
From the city of Ventanas to the paths of medicine and beauty, she learned that true beauty begins with self-acceptance. Nadia combines her medical knowledge and life experience to become a voice for women who once doubted their own bodies. Tonight, she does not stand for perfection, but to remind the world that every woman is worthy and enough.
It took all the strength I had not to fall apart. Kept trying hard to mend the pieces.
And right now, Feng Xin. The swimsuit competition has just wrapped and things backstage are absolutely electric. The energy here is just as hot as what we saw on stage: cheers, applause, and everyone trying to catch their breath. Absolutely though, every single delegate brought so much power out there tonight. Confidence, personality, authenticity, it all showed. Even the crew backstage kept giving each other that wow look after every walk. So stay with us right here backstage. We'll bring you every reaction, every emotion, every heartbeat live as it happens.
Thought I couldn't breathe without you. I'm inhaling. You thought I
Now the swimsuit competition is over. Tonight, only one contestant will be the Miss Universe Life Makeover. Next time, let's see which contestant will make it to the top 10. And this is Miss Universe Life Makeover. throughout tonight, we have witnessed beauty that goes far beyond appearance. Each national costume told a story of heritage, identity, and pride. Every contestant brought her culture to life on this stage, showing the world that fashion can be a powerful language of history and tradition. But there is one costume tonight that truly captured the spirit, creativity, and craftsmanship and left a lasting impression on our judges. And now, the winner of Best National Costume is India. Congratulations, Miss India. Your national costume tonight was absolutely breathtaking. It wasn't just beautiful, it told a powerful story of culture and identity. How are you feeling right now, standing here as the winner of Best National Costume?
Thank you so much, Steve. I feel incredibly honored and emotional. This costume represents the soul of my country, our history, our artistry, and the hands of so many people who worked with love to bring it to life. Winning this award means I was able to share India's story with the world, and that means everything to me.
That's truly inspiring. Your presentation reminded us that national costume is not only about design, but about pride, heritage, and storytelling. Congratulations once again, Miss India. Welcome back to Miss Universe Life Makeover, live from Bangkok, Thailand. The field of 15 contestants is about to be cut in 10. The official accounting firm and Young have verified these results. It's time to reveal our top 10. The first to move forward in the competition is
Hello, my name is Antonia Porsild, representing Thailand. Growing up in a Thai-Danish culture taught me to respect differences and embrace who I truly am. To me, beauty is not only about appearance, but about using our voice to create opportunity and hope for others. Today, I stand on this stage to show that women can be graceful, strong, and purposeful at the same time.
Thailand. Also entering the next round is Russia.
Hello, my name is Rosa, representing Russia. Since childhood, I was inspired by my mother's journey as a model, which taught me that dreams can be passed from one generation to the next. My path was not easy, but with the support of my family and unwavering determination, I stand here today. Not only as a model, but as a woman who dares to believe in herself and dream beyond limits.
Russia. Earning the third spot is Ecuador.
Hello, my name is Nadia, representing Ecuador. I grew up in Ventanas, where I learned that true beauty begins with self-acceptance. As a medical doctor and beauty queen, I use my voice to support women facing body image struggles, because I believe that every woman is worthy and we are already enough when we choose to believe in ourselves.
Ecuador. Still in the running is Puerto Rico.
Hello, my name is Zaymara, representing Puerto Rico. I was raised in an island family that taught me strength, respect, and pride in my cultural roots. As an Afro-Latina woman, I choose to use my voice for women of color and communities often overlooked. Because true beauty is the power to stand strong and to rise by lifting others with you.
Puerto Rico. Moving one step closer to the crown is Brazil.
Hello, my name is Natasha, representing Brazil. I graduated in animal science and gained experience through volunteering in zoos and wildlife rehabilitation centers. These journeys taught me that the health of animals, humans, and our environment are deeply connected. As part of Veterinarians Without Borders, I am committed to using my knowledge to improve animal welfare and help build a more balanced and sustainable world.
Brazil. Still in the running is
my name is Hong Lei, representing Vietnam. I grew up in Ho Chi Minh City, surrounded by conversations about national development and our shared future. Those moments shaped my belief that real change begins with communication and mutual understanding. Today, I stand on this stage to use my voice to connect people and help build a future we can move forward together.
Vietnam. Also entering the next round is Dominican Republic.
Hello, I am proudly representing the Dominican Republic. I was not born with opportunities, but with the belief that opportunities belong to those brave enough to chase them. I started from nothing and faced countless rejections, yet every doubt became fuel that pushed me forward. Today, I stand here not only for myself, but to prove that no matter where you begin, if your heart refuses to give up, you can shine in your own way.
Dominican Republic. Just 3 spots left. Earning the next one is India.
Representing India. I grew up believing in education, but I soon learned that textbooks alone cannot change the lives of girls without a voice. Witnessing young girls forced to give up their dreams turned my pain into purpose. Today, I am not here for a crown, but to be a voice for millions and to affirm that Indian women deserve the right to choose their own future.
India. Moving one step closer to the crown is Philippines.
I am proudly representing the Philippines. I grew up facing financial challenges, which taught me resilience and independence from a young age. Those hardships opened my eyes to social inequality and inspired me to use this platform to create opportunity for others. Through my project, Empower the Youth, I hope to remind the world that when one person is given a chance, a life can truly be transformed.
Philippines. Six women are still hoping to hear the names calling, but only one spot remains in the top 10. The last contestant to make it into the next round is Australia.
Hello, I am proudly representing Australia. Growing up surrounded by the ocean and vibrant coral reefs taught me that diversity is not a barrier, but the beauty of harmony. As the founder of Resonance, I strive to create spaces of empathy and amplify voices often unheard. Today, I stand here to encourage everyone to embrace their individuality and turn our differences into collective strength.
Australia. Let's hear a brawl. Top 10 finalists. Each of these outstanding women have risen above the rest, and now they are set to battle it out for the Miss Universe Life Makeover title. When we come back, we are going head to head. Evening gown competition is called Align. This is Miss Universe Life Makeover Live from Thailand.
Fengshin, this is the most intense moment of the night. The full list of our top 10 has just been announced. And backstage right now, wow, it's like the whole world stopped breathing for a second. Absolutely Emilo. The contestants who made it through came backstage with tears of joy shaking, hugging their teams, thanking everyone who supported them. And for those who didn't advance, they're still lifting each other up in the most beautiful way. Tonight, the word pressure doesn't break them. It reveals the most beautiful parts of their fighting spirit. So don't go anywhere. Backstage is heating up, and we'll keep bringing you every moment live and unfiltered.
Welcome back to Miss Universe Life Makeover. 1 year ago, Mirella Rodriguez's life changed forever when she became the third Miss Universe Life Makeover. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce Miss Universe, Mirella Rodriguez. Mirella, tonight we honor a woman who holds a very special place in Miss Universe history, the third Miss Universe of the world. When you look back at the moment your name was called, what does that memory still mean to you today?
That moment changed my life forever, Steve. Becoming Miss Universe was not only a dream fulfilled, but a responsibility I carried with pride. As the third woman to hold this title, I learned that courage, kindness, and purpose can truly shape history.
Throughout your reign, you inspired millions with your grace and strength. What do you believe defined your journey as Miss Universe?
I believe it was staying true to myself. Throughout my journey, I learned that a crown is not about perfection, nor about always being strong, but about being real. It's about using your voice to uplift others, to stand for compassion, and to remind women everywhere that their stories matter. There were moments of pressure, moments of doubt, but I chose to lead with kindness, courage, and purpose. And if my journey encouraged even one woman to believe in her own power, her own voice, and her own worth, then my reign was truly meaningful.
Thank you, Mirella Rodriguez, for your legacy, your heart, and for showing the world what it truly means to be Miss Universe. And next we'll meet our top 10 in the evening gown competition. Just a moment.
Welcome back to 4th Miss Universe Fangshan. The moment has finally arrived. It's time for the evening gown competition where beauty isn't just seen, it's felt. Every step tonight tells a story of who these women truly are. Absolutely am low. This is the round where we witness their elegance in the purest form. It's not just about the gown, it's about emotion, presence, and the way they command the stage with grace and intention. From this point on, every glance, every turn, every breath becomes part of a memory the world will carry with them. So get ready, everyone, tonight. We're about to witness elegance, pride, and the true essence of their journey. No more waiting, Fangshan. It is time for the evening gown competition. Back to you, Steve.
Well, this is it. The last change for our 10 finalists to make a huge impression with our selection committee. It's the evening gown competition.
Of the night, I fear I lost my mind. You used to fade a color, now my world turns black. And
Taking the stage, please welcome tonight's top 10, beginning with Thailand.
She steps onto the stage in a shimmering champagne nude evening gown, glowing like starlight under the night sky. Intricate crystal embellishments embrace her silhouette, revealing elegance in every detail. With each graceful step, she reflects timeless beauty, refined, confident, and effortlessly radiant.
now I'm in the wedding of my tears and my despair. Soon I'll be at the funeral of all the things I care. Say yes or no, say although you don't know. I'm getting cold, can't find a way back to my home. I was invited into the party of silence. Be what they like it, be quiet.
Russia.
She steps onto the stage in a shimmering champagne nude evening gown, glowing like starlight under the night sky. Intricate crystal embellishments embrace her silhouette, revealing elegance in every detail. With each graceful step, she reflects timeless beauty, refined, confident, and effortlessly radiant.
I'm in my black tie, are you satisfied? Sipping the red wine, just like your black eyes. I'm in my black tie, the world is colorblind. Into the black light, I'm on the other. 7 years old, losing the pound of my soul. Keep it low, bow to the money that owes. I was invited into the party of silence. Be what they like and be quiet. I'm in my black tie. Are you
Ecuador.
A powerful vision of artistry and strength comes to life. Draped in a golden amber gown with sculptural structure, she embodies sophistication and poise. The design celebrates both femininity and confidence as she commands the stage with undeniable queenly presence.
Soon I'll be at the funeral of all the things I care. Say yes or no, say although you don't know. I'm getting cold, can't find a way back to my home. I was invited into the party of silence. Be what they like it, be quiet. I'm in my black tie, are you unsatisfied? Sipping the red wine, just like your black lies. I'm in my black tie, the world is colorblind. Into the black light, I'm on the
Puerto Rico.
Like a goddess rising from the ocean depths, she appears in a breathtaking gown of blue and emerald tones. Layered textures flow like waves in motion, creating drama with every step she takes. Soft yet commanding, her elegance captures the stage. Serene, majestic, unforgettable.
I'm on the other. 7 years old, losing the pound of my soul. Keep it low, bow to the money that owes. I was invited into the party of silence. Be what they like and be quiet. I'm in my black tie, are you unsatisfied? Sipping the red wine, just like your black lies. La 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 la. Now I'm in the wedding of my tears.
Brazil.
She emerges in a dazzling spectrum of iridescent hues, reflecting light with every movement. The sculpted silhouette highlights strength and femininity, while the flowing hem creates a sense of motion and grace. Bold, modern, and fearless, she brings vibrant energy to the final stage.
Invited into the party of silence. Be what they like and be quiet. I'm in my black tie, are you unsatisfied? Sipping the red wine, just like your black lies. I'm in my black tie, the world is colorblind. Into the black light, I'm on the other side. La 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 la. I'm in my black tie, Are you satisfied? Sipping the red wine, just like your black eyes.
Vietnam!
The world is yours.
She appears like a celestial vision, adorned in a luminous ivory gown. Feather details and crystal accents evoke the image of an angel descending onto the stage. With poise and serenity, she transforms the moment into pure magic.
Into the body of silence. Be what they like and be quiet. I'm in my black tie. Are you satisfied? Sipping the red wine, just like your black lights. La 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 la. Now I'm in the wedding of my tears and my despair. Soon I'll be at the funeral of all the things I care. Say yes or no, say although you don't know.
Dominican Republic!
Can find a way back to my home.
She appears like a celestial vision, adorned in a luminous ivory gown. Feather details and crystal accents evoke the image of an angel descending onto the stage. With poise and serenity, she transforms the moment into pure magic.
I'm in my black tie, the one was colorblind. Into the black light, I'm on the other side. La 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 la. I'm in my black tie, are you satisfied? Sipping the red wine, just like your black eyes. I'm in my black tie, the world is colorblind. Into the black light, I'm on the other. 7 years old, losing the pound of my soul. Keep it head low, bow to the money that owe.
India!
Wrapped in rich golden tones, she commands attention with every step forward. Intricate patterns sculpt the gown with power and precision, celebrating glamour at its finest. Confident and radiant, she stands as a true embodiment of modern royalty.
Now I'm in the wedding of my tears and my despair. Soon I'll be at the funeral of all the things I care. Say yes or no, say although you don't know. I'm getting cold, can't find a way back to my home. I was invited into the party of silence. Be what they like and be quiet. I'm in my black tie, are you satisfied?
Philippines!
Just like your black.
She steps forward in a champagne silver evening gown sculpted with elegance and strength. The intricate structure reflects refined craftsmanship, while the flowing toll train moves like a royal aura behind her. With every step, she embodies grace, confidence, and the presence of a true queen.
Are you satisfied? Sipping the red wine, just like your black eyes. I'm in my black tie, the world is colorblind. Into the black light, I'm on the other. 7 years old, losing the pound of my soul. Keep it head low, bow to the money that owe. I was invited into the party of silence. Be what they like and be quiet. I'm in my black tie, are you satisfied? Sipping the red wine, just like your black lights.
Australia!
She emerges in a deep sapphire blue gown, shimmering like the night sky. The elongated patterns enhance her silhouette, creating a powerful sense of motion and poise. Calm, commanding, and radiant, she holds the stage with undeniable confidence.
Say yes or no, say although you don't know. I'm getting cold, can't find a way back to my home. I was invited into the party of silence. Be what they like and be quiet. I'm in my black tie, are you satisfied?
That evening gown round was absolutely stunning. Every contestant brought such grace and confidence to the stage.
Absolutely mellow. Their presence, their movement, the emotion in every step, truly unforgettable.
And backstage, the top 10 are filled with relief, joy, even a few tears. They know they gave everything they had.
And now, the competition only gets tougher. We're getting closer to discovering who will rise as the next woman the world has been waiting for.
Stay with us, there's so much more to come tonight.
And here are the contestants who made it to the final 10. We have already seen them in the evening gown round. Next time, let's see which contestants will make it to the top 5. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to Miss Universe. These finalists have all shown they have the drive and determination to make it to the top 10. But after swimsuit and evening gown, 10 becomes 5. The selection committee has spoken, and I have the results right here. The first contestant to make it to the final 5 is Philippines.
A woman shaped by hardship, yet driven by hope. She refused to let her circumstances define her future. Tonight, she stands on this stage as a reminder that one opportunity can change a life forever.
Philippines. Still alive in the competition is
A woman shaped by learning and communication. From a young age, she believed understanding is the foundation of progress. Tonight, she stands on this stage using her voice to connect people and create meaningful change.
Vietnam. Earning spot number 3 is Thailand.
A woman shaped by cultural diversity and global perspective. Her journey built confidence, vision, and true leadership. Tonight, she stands on this stage using beauty, voice, and responsibility to create lasting change for society.
Thailand. Locking down the 4th spot is India.
A woman who transformed pain into purpose. She believes education is the key to freedom. Tonight, she stands on this stage as a voice for millions of young girls still waiting for their chance in life.
India. Six women are still hoping to advance to the next round, but there's only one spot left. Keeping her dream alive is Puerto Rico.
A woman deeply rooted in culture and identity. She uses her voice to uplift women of color and overlooked communities. Tonight, she stands on this stage as a symbol of pride, resilience, and empowerment.
Puerto Rico. Say hello to our final 5. One of these amazing women will become our next Miss Universe. And next, we will meet again in the interview question round. Don't go anywhere.
Wow, at this very moment, the atmosphere on this stage is filled with emotion and intensity. After the official announcement of our top 5, we are looking at 5 remarkable women who have stood strong through every challenge to be here tonight.
That's right. Jenny. Just by looking into their eyes, you can feel how meaningful this moment truly is for each of them.
tonight's top 5 are not only outstanding on stage, but women with powerful stories, clear purpose, and the ability to inspire others.
No matter who moves forward from this point, each of them has already proven her worth to the world.
So please stay with us and continue to send your love and support to our top 5 because the most important moments of the night are about to begin.
Universe, everybody. And it's about to get real for our top 5. This is the selection panel question round, which is how this prestigious committee will determine the final 3. Each contestant is hearing their question for the first time, and each one has only one shot to answer. No second chances, no do-overs, no mulligans. You've all got 30 seconds to answer, and when your time is up, you will hear this sound. All right, interpreters will be provided to those who require one. So let's do it. Everybody ready? Philippines, please join me at center stage. Here's your question. Many believe that beauty is power. In your view, what should beauty be used for? And how can you use that power to create a positive impact on the world?
In my perspective, beauty is a powerful force that begins with recognizing one's own worth. When we learn to embrace who we are, we also open our hearts to accept others. I will use the power of beauty to promote acceptance of differences, self-love, and respect for human dignity. Because when beauty is guided by a sense of responsibility and compassion, it has the power to truly make the world a better place. Thank you.
Thank you. Philippines. Vietnam, you're up. Here's your question. If your stance goes against the opinion of the majority, but you truly believe it is the right thing to do, would you still stand by your belief? And how far are you willing to accept the consequences that follow?
If my stance goes against the opinion of the majority, but is grounded in reason, integrity, and values that do not harm others, I would choose to stand by it, not because I refuse to listen, but because I believe that truth does not always come with the loudest voice. History has never been written by those who simply followed the crowd, but by those who dared to stand, even when their voices trembled. The truth may leave us feeling alone today, but silence in the face of what is wrong can haunt us for a lifetime. I am open to every voice. I am willing to question myself before questioning others, to listen, to learn, and to grow. But I will never abandon my core values simply to be accepted. Thank you.
Thank you. Vietnam. Thailand, it's time. Well, in many countries, women are still judged by their appearance more than their abilities. What do you believe society should change first? And how would you use the Miss Universe platform to help drive that change?
Throughout the lives of many women, we are not often asked, how capable are you? But instead, are you beautiful enough? The first thing society must change is to stop using appearance as a condition for determining human worth. Because no young girl should ever feel that her dreams are worth less than her face. If I were given the title of Miss Universe, I would not use this platform to prove that I am beautiful, but to prove that every woman has value, even on the days when the world is not yet ready to accept her. I will use my voice to create space for women to be heard and to help the world understand that true beauty is a future where no human being is ever reduced to their appearance again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thailand. India, step right up. Here's your question. What failure in your life has shaped you into the strong woman you are today? And how has that lesson prepared you to become a better Miss Universe?
The most painful failure in my life was the moment I allowed the voices of others to become louder than the voice of my own heart, and it caused me to stop moving forward. But it was in that darkness that I learned how to create my own light. Today, I do not stand here as a victim of failure, but as its conqueror. This lesson will guide me to become a Miss Universe who represents hope. I will show the world that no failure can ever stop a woman who truly knows her own worth. Thank you.
Thank you. India. Puerto Rico, get ready. Well, freedom of expression is a fundamental right, yet some words can create hatred and division. Do you believe freedom should have limits, and who should be responsible for defining those boundaries?
I agree that freedom of expression is a fundamental right. However, freedom should never be used as an excuse for hatred. It is like a knife. The same blade can be used to prepare food and save lives, but when it is used to harm others, it becomes something society cannot accept. Therefore, freedom should have limits when it begins to violate human dignity. And those limits should not be defined by emotion or power, but by laws grounded in understanding, responsibility, and humanity. Thank you.
Thank you. Puerto Rico. Judges, you have a tough decision to make. When we come back, we'll find out which contestants earned that coveted spot in the final three. And later, they get at last a chance to deliver their own personal message in the final word.
This is the moment when the entire hall feels like it's holding its breath. We've arrived at this point, the moment where the dreams of many incredible women will be decided in just a few seconds. Announcing the top 3 is not simply calling out names. It's choosing 3 hearts that are ready to step into the final chapter of tonight.
That's right. On stage right now, every contestant is standing under the highest pressure of the competition. Yet in their eyes, we see hope, courage, and belief in themselves. Their journeys have not been easy, and at this very moment, everything they have given is waiting for an answer.
But in the next moment, only 3 names will be called. 3 names that will take one step closer to the universal crown.
So everyone, take a deep breath with us, because the most suspenseful moment of the night is about to begin.
Well, welcome back to Miss Universe, everybody. Confidently beautiful women from all over the world began this journey. After 4 rounds of competition, only 5 remain. Now, before the break, they each faced the question round. And now it's time to find out who made the top 3. I hope you're ready, because it's happening right now. The first finalist with a chance to take the Miss Universe crown is Vietnam. The next woman still in competition for the crown is India. There is only one name left. For the other 2 finalists, unfortunately, your Miss Universe dream ends tonight. Our final contestant in the top 3 is Philippines. Ladies and gentlemen, your 3 finalists. All right, folks, listen. If it were up to me, you ladies would get a breather, a little mental recovery between questions. But as a global representative for Miss Universe, you have to be ready for anything. And right now, you're about to get the final word. Now, unlike the last round, I'm about to ask each of you the exact same question. While one contestant answers, the others will be wearing soundproof headphones. Here, the playing field is leveled, and whether or not you win the crown is completely in your hands. This is your final word. You've each got 45 seconds to answer. If you go over time, you will hear this sound. It's time for your final word. Vietnam, step to the mic. Here is your question. If tonight marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life, what would you want that chapter to be filled with? And how would you use this opportunity to create something good for the world?
If tonight becomes the doorway to a new chapter in my life, I want that chapter to be filled with purpose beyond the definition of success. A chapter that teaches me to grow and reminds my heart that true beauty begins with recognizing the value of others. I will use this opportunity to be more than someone standing beneath the spotlight, but to become a voice for those who have never been heard, to pass hope to young girls who are still afraid to dream, and to extend my hand to those who feel alone on their journey through life. I believe the world does not need the most perfect people, but those who are willing to do small things with a great heart. If this new chapter of my life begins tonight, I promise to walk every step forward to help create a world that is more equal, more compassionate, and more beautiful, not only in how it looks, but in how it feels within the hearts of us all. Thank you.
Thank you. Vietnam. India, step to the mic. Here is your question. If tonight marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life, what would you want that chapter to be filled with? And how would you use this opportunity to create something good for the world?
If tonight marks the beginning of a new chapter in my life, I want that chapter to be filled with the courage to be different. I want to write a story that proves our past limitations do not define our future. I will use this opportunity to become a light for those still standing in the shadows of society by creating safe spaces and advocating for policies that truly embrace diversity. Because the most beautiful world is not one where everyone is the same, but one where every person is free to become the best version of themselves without fear. I stand here today to remind everyone that a new chapter can begin at any moment, and together we can build a world that truly embraces us all. Thank you.
Thank you. India. Philippines, it's your turn. Here is your question. If tonight marks the beginning of a new chapter in your life, what would you want that chapter to be filled with? And how would you use this opportunity to create something good for the world?
If tonight marks the beginning of a new chapter in my life, I hope that chapter will be filled with purpose beyond titles or spotlight. I wish to use this opportunity as a voice to inspire others to believe in their own worth and to never give up on their dreams. I truly believe that change begins with taking one step at a time, guided by sincerity and a genuine heart. And if this new chapter can help even one person rise up and believe in themselves, then that will be my greatest success. Thank you.
Thank you. Philippines. Well, the final word is over. But coming up, our finalists have one chance left to make a lasting impression on our judges. It's their final look, and later we crown a new Miss Universe live on Fox.
Fengshen, the energy backstage right now is just as intense as it was on the main stage. After witnessing the top 3 answer the most important questions of the night, you can truly feel how heavy and meaningful this moment is for every single woman standing here. Absolutely. That question round was not just about answering correctly, it was about revealing who they are under pressure. Their words, their tone, and their composure told powerful stories about leadership, resilience, and purpose. In just a few moments, the top 3 will return to the main stage, ready to present their strongest, most authentic selves one last time. So don't look away. We are moments away from seeing the final images that will define tonight.
to Miss Universe. Ladies and gentlemen, standing on this stage right now are our remarkable top 3 finalists. This is the moment every woman dreams of, where courage, dedication, and heart come together. Let's begin with Vietnam. Hearing your name called into the top 3, what is going through your heart right now?
Jenny, my heart is beating so fast. I feel overwhelmed with gratitude. This journey hasn't been easy, but every challenge taught me strength and self-belief. Standing here tonight reminds me that dreams truly grow when you never give up.
Thank you, Vietnam. Your grace and determination have truly shined tonight. Now, India, throughout this competition, you've shown both inner power and compassion. How does it feel to be standing here among the top 3?
Jenny, I feel deeply honored. This moment represents more than a title for me. It represents resilience, purpose, and the voices of women who continue to rise despite obstacles. I'm proud of this journey and thankful for every lesson it gave me.
Beautifully said. Thank you, India. And now, Philippines, this stage, this moment, this spotlight. What does reaching the top 3 mean to you tonight?
It means everything, Jenny. This stage reflects years of sacrifice, faith, and love from the people who supported me. Being here allows me to share my story and my heart with the world. No matter what happens next, this moment will stay with me forever.
3 extraordinary women, 3 powerful stories, and 1 unforgettable night. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your top 3 standing here with elegance, strength, and purpose. And now back to you, Steve.
Welcome back to Miss Universe. We are down to 3 finalists, and their journey is coming to an end. One of these incredible women will become the next Miss Universe. We have got one last chance to impress the judges here in the final look.
A stranger to the dark. Hide away, they say, 'cause we don't want your broken parts. I've learned to be ashamed of all my scars. Run away, they say, no one will love you as you are. But I won't let them break me down to dust. I know that there's a place for us, for we are glorious. Wanna cut me down, I'm gonna send the blood, gonna drown them out. I am brave, I am bruised, I am who I'm meant to be. This is me. Look out, 'cause here I come, and I'm marching on to the beat I drum. I'm not scared to be seen, I make no apologies. This is me. Just wanna cut me down. I'm gonna send a blood, gonna drown a mind. This is brave, this is bruised, this is who I'm meant to be. This is me.
Each of these three women stand within reach of the title. When we return, it's the moment you've been waiting for all night. We crown the next Miss Universe, so don't go away.
Welcome back to Thailand. Tonight, we have reached the most powerful moment of this journey. In just a few minutes, the world will discover who will become the new Miss Universe. Standing here, I can truly feel the energy, the hope, and the hearts of every woman on this stage.
The atmosphere right now is absolutely electric. It feels like the entire world is holding its breath.
Because the women standing here tonight did not arrive with beauty alone. They came with courage, purpose, and the strength to be exactly who they are.
No matter what happens next, each of them has already become a symbol of inspiration, and this moment will stay with them forever.
In just a few heartbeats from now, we will find out together who will rise as the next woman to carry the crown of Miss Universe. Please prepare your hearts because a historic moment is about to begin. Back to you, Steve.
Welcome back to Miss Universe Life Makeover. Every time there is a Miss Universe competition, there is a different host each time. And this time, a round of applause goes to Thailand. You are a great host. Thailand is more than just a host country. It is a land of grace, culture, creativity, and incredible hospitality. From the warmth of its people to the beauty of its traditions, Thailand has once again proven why it stands proudly on the global stage. So please join me in giving a big round of applause for the amazing host country of tonight's Miss Universe. Okay, well, earlier tonight we welcomed the reigning Miss Universe Life Makeover to this stage. Now it's time for her final walk before passing the crown to another amazing woman. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome third Miss Universe Life Makeover, Mirella Rodriguez.
Tonight, as I stand here for the final time as Miss Universe, my heart is filled with gratitude. This crown has taught me that beauty is not about perfection, but about purpose, compassion, and the courage to serve others. Throughout this journey, I have learned that every woman's story has power, and when we choose kindness, we create real change. To the next Miss Universe, may you wear this crown with grace, strength, and humility. May you use your voice not only to be heard, but to lift others who are still finding theirs. This may be the end of my reign, but it is only the beginning of a lifelong mission. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to serve the world as your Miss Universe.
Thank you, Mirella Rodriguez. You have set a very high standard as Miss Universe. And in just a few moments, one of these three contestants will be following in your footsteps. Tall Gold Hammer from the accounting firm of Ernst and Young has tallied the votes. Finalists, it's time. I will now announce the second runner-up. The second runner-up for Miss Universe is Vietnam. Congratulations, Vietnam. Only two women remain, India and Philippines. Please come, center stage. Both of you have worked so hard to get here, but only one of you is about to become our new Miss Universe. If for any reason the winner is unable to fulfill her duties, the first runner-up will take her place. Good luck to you both. The new Miss Universe is India. your first walk as Miss Universe. Ladies and gentlemen, what an extraordinary night it has been. Tonight we witness more than a competition. We witness courage, purpose, and the true power of women from around the world.
Tonight was filled with stories, dreams, and the hearts of women who stood on this stage as their true selves. Every step, every glance, and every round of applause made this night truly unforgettable.
From breathtaking performances to moments that touched our hearts, this evening will remain with us for a very long time.
No matter who you supported and no matter the final result, every woman who stood on this stage is already a source of inspiration to the world.
Thank you to everyone watching from around the globe for being part of this historic night. We look forward to welcoming you again on the next chapter of the Miss Universe journey. And this, the 4th Miss Universe Life Makeover competition. Good night, everyone.